They run the counter. It's Allen. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. And the pressure gets to him again. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and the line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To the air, Allen looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. They give him a gain of 37. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Now Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. Allen now on 3rd and goal, and he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Godwin there to make the grab, and the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins brought in here by Tyler Eifert. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inch. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Off the play fake, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee.
And now look at him go. 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And here on the road, that could be a huge score for their morale in the second half.
Every team has confidence going into the start of games, but sometimes you get it rocked a little bit, and it certainly applies here for them. But guess what? Just what you said, this touchdown can give them their belief back that they can win in the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Let's go. The Saints take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mason. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Allen now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Allen. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Allen now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick on Wassor. And he'll score